All right, are you new to the beauty business industry and thinking of starting a beauty business, but a little insecure about offering it from home and how that will look and how that whole flow will run? Well, this video is directly for you. In this video, I'm gonna let you know how I originally started a mobile business, spray tan business 5 years ago, which I very quickly realized that mobile was not for me and started a home-based business in my tiny 700 square foot, 1-bedroom studio apartment, and how till this day I am so thankful that I did that. So this video is all about teaching you how that even with a small space or understanding how a home-based business could actually work really well. So I want to give you some tips and some tricks on how to make that even better for your beauty business. Stay tuned. Welcome to Impressive Glow. My name is Gina. I am the owner and educator of Impressive Glow Spray Tan and Teeth Whitening Training. I am also a beauty business mentor where my ultimate mission is to help women, moms, single moms learn how to start a side hustle either as a spray tan technician or teeth whitening technician, and to build some financial independence in their existing beauty businesses. So starting a home-based beauty business and any type of business that you're going to be doing or offering from your home can really start to dwell up some insecurities about your home, about what it looks like. Are people going to like it? Is it something that I can make comfortable for others? So this video is really to give you the permission to start a home-based beauty business that is going to be phenomenal with some tweaks, some tips and some tricks of what I've learned to make my home-based business something that girls still talk about till this day in my now 1,900 square foot studio, and tell me how much they enjoyed my little tiny apartment home-based business. So this video is all about giving you permission to start that business, whether you were at home or in a studio, and how to make it something special for you. So 5 years ago, when I started my home-based spray tanning business, man, was it small. I literally set up my pop-up spray tan tent in my dining room / kitchen area. My girls could literally touch my stove and my fridge if they probably wanted to. But I did the best with what I had. And to this day, like I said, these girls who have been with me since I started that business in that tiny apartment love to talk about how cute that place was, how welcoming it was, how clean it was, how I made it so professional and so welcoming that it didn't even faze them to come to my tiny little apartment. And what I think happens is when you offer something in your home like that and you go out of your way to make it so welcoming and make it so professional, women love to support that hustle. So when they see how much you're trying and how much effort you're putting into this business, a lot of women will actually even support you more because they understand how much you put into it. So please take the pressure of thinking that you don't have a space to offer a business. If you literally have 700 square feet like I had, I'm giving you the permission now to start that business. So one of the very first things that I think is super important is if you are renting or if you own a home and you have maybe an HOA, please make sure you do your due diligence in making sure there's not going to be a problem with your landlord, with your HOA, with your neighbors of offering this type of business, because it's going to get busy. Let's just go into it with the understanding that there are going to be people who are obviously coming in and out of your home, and you're going to have a little bit of traffic. So go into this before you start to invest a whole bunch of money in your equipment and setting up a space. Make sure that there is a clear line that this is something that's going to be a welcomed situation for where you live, because I would hate for you to invest all that money and at the end of the day they say that's not something that you can offer. So just make sure you go out of your way to get that permission, because I didn't, and I learned my lesson very quickly. So getting into making this experience very comfortable for your clients, the first thing you want to do is to make sure you are very open about offering your service in your home. That doesn't mean you need to go blasting your address on your Instagram and all of these places, which I actually very much suggest you don't do that. But in your Instagram bio, or when you're showing your workspace or your studio space that you created in your home, it is very important to let people know that that is offered in your home, so that they come with the expectations, one, knowing what to look for, but understanding that this is going to be something that's a more personal space to you, and they can prepare themselves for that. So just be really open about what you have to offer. It takes the pressure off of you feeling like you have to hide something, because ultimately they're going to be there and they're going to know. So just get it out in the open to begin with. So one of my tips also is to be very clear with instructions to how your home-based business is going to work. You really want to give them the information about how, like instructions on how to get to your place. If you live in an apartment, for example, or a condo, and let's say they have to go through a certain walkway, offer a map on your confirmation email or something, so that they have clear, concise information and know exactly how to get to you when they get to your home, to be able to get to their service. You definitely want to have information about where to park. That is a very big issue, so make sure you have ample parking for them. They know where to park. If you have a parking space or something that you want them to park, be very specific on that. What entrance are they going to use? What doors do they use? Like, be very forthcoming and be very clear and concise with how the appointment should flow. So give all of that information in those confirmation emails. So my next tip is going to sound kind of weird, but I want you to like walk through your house. Like, how is the appointment going to flow? If you're having them come through your front door, really go through your house and target what are focal points of your house. Where do you think the first places are where their eyes are going to go, to make sure that you know situations where this should be clean, they're probably going to look here. Am I walking them through a kitchen? Am I walking them through my kid's bedroom and the door should be closed? Like, really think about how that whole flow is going to work. Where are we coming through and where are their eyes going to be focused, so that when I go to service, what doors do I need to make sure that are going to be closed before I have people coming through, so they don't see my kid's baseball and football uniform and stuff all over his room. Making sure my dishes are done if they're walking through my kitchen. Like, really focus on how the flow of that appointment is going to work, so that you can make sure you know what needs to be cleaned up, what's important that they're going to be looking at, so that you can feel very comfortable, and they can be very comfortable making sure they come into a clean area. So overall, you need to make this space as welcoming as possible. Not only welcoming, but it needs to be a space where you will not be interrupted. So you have to figure out how that's going to work for you, whether you have family at home with you during this time or not, but it has to be a welcoming space where maybe you have music playing, you have lighting, candles, artwork, the decor in this room needs to be very welcoming, and they have to make sure that they're not going to feel interrupted while they're having this service. Now, depending on the type of beauty service you're going to offer, really understand that if they need to be undressing for these beauty services, they literally have to feel extremely comfortable to be able to get these services done. These are self-care adventures that we're going on for these beauty services, so we want to make sure it's as welcoming as possible. I will say the number one tip I have for your space is the smell. I have 1,900 square feet in this studio, and I have a Febreze plug-in. Bamboo, by the way, is majority of the one that I use. And my girls consistently say how good our studio smells, because it's very important for me for things to smell clean, for them to smell fresh. And I think it gives a whole vibe. And if you look at my Google reviews, you can't tell you how many girls have said her studio smells so good, it's so clean. So those are things that really stick with people when they talk about the experience that they've had with you. Those are the types of things that really stick out when you're saying, oh, she has a home-based business, but oh my gosh, her space is amazing, it's so clean, it smells so good, it's a vibe. Like, really make it entirely so welcoming that the idea of having this done in your house isn't even an issue. Okay, can't see my papers. Could you see my papers through the entire time I was talking? Probably. All right, so one of the biggest ones, and I know I said vibe was a big issue, but let's come to terms with restrooms. you have to offer a restroom. If you're going to be a person who says, oh, I'm not going to let somebody use my restroom during their service while they're here, then that's going to be a deal breaker. You have to be able to offer a restroom to somebody, especially depending on the type of services that you're going to be offering. But that restroom needs to be spotless. I personally can tell you that I have gone and had a service done at a home-based business, and the service was absolutely amazing. I went to use that restroom and thought to myself, if this is the way that her personal area is she making sure that the sanitary conditions for me as a client are being met? I can almost guarantee not. So if understand that your restroom is a representation of how clean you're keeping your services, your sanitation tools, or the tools that you're using for your services and all those things. That is a huge representation of who you are and your cleanliness as a person. That restroom should be spotless. All right, let's talk about a touchy subject really quick. Men. Now, I know we have husbands and boyfriends and brothers and dads and all of these things, but when you are offering a beauty when you are offering a beauty service, and depending on what it is, men really should be unseen. Like, you should really be sight unseen when it comes to men. One of the biggest reasons why you probably didn't want to offer a mobile service, and I know this was definitely my issue, is I was not comfortable going into somebody's home where I didn't know their husband. I wasn't comfortable with, other men in the home, and I was in somebody's home. Like, I'm literally trapped in their home. It is the same thing when you're getting to have a service done, even more specifically when you are having a service done where you need to undress. So hide the husbands, hide the men, figure out a way where they can get to your studio space and they don't have to literally encounter men. That can definitely be an issue. So make sure your girls feel as comfortable as they can with that process. So offering your services in your home can be such a blessing to your business. It's definitely something that can be done in a small space, a big space that you have, an extra room, your garage. As long as you can make that place and that area as welcoming as possible, women will support your business. So get out there, build these businesses, start with low overhead. It absolutely can be done. From a 700 square foot studio 1-bedroom apartment to now 1900 square feet with 5 different rooms that we have going in here. I am extremely blessed for what we've been able to build. So I hope this video helped you, give you permission to start your home-based beauty business. Don't forget, if you are interested in starting a spray tan or teeth whitening business, I offer online, live, virtual, and small group training here in Southern California. I also offer beauty business mentorship coaching calls, 1-hour Zoom calls to go over anything you have in questions about to run your beauty business, whether it's social media, how to get more clients, strategy on how to get more Google reviews, branding, all of the different things that I offer. I love to be able to help you guys grow your businesses, and we got a whole bunch more things coming out for the remainder of the year. So make sure you subscribe, you like all of our videos. Check out the playlist that I have coming up. Have a good day.